And here we go. We're getting into game number 1 and spawning in the top left-hand corner. Oh. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura. We have our German Protoss player, the green Protoss, representing team... Oh god, I had it before. I had it. Representing team Freiburg eSports. It is ForJumy. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Twisted Minds. It is Shameless. I believe he was on... Oh, give me a moment here. He was on... he was on Team Little Fairy, but he was able to make it and has recently joined Twisted Minds. So I will have to fix that. We'll have to fix that whenever I can. That's right, I'm just setting up the team names as we settle into this lovely and beautiful PvP. Here we go. And as we settle on into this, so far we have a 2-gate opener. Once again, 2-gate opener out of Shameless, 2-gate opener out of ForJumy. This is the stock standard of PvP. This is what we should be expecting, but where do we go from here is the question. As Shameless is sending out his probe. Now, is this a real proxy pylon or a fake proxy pylon? That is the question. As we're headed towards the top left, ForJumy throwing down his own pylon out of the map. Likewise, so is Shameless, and the probe is spotted. Big scout there. As both probes, they come across each other. And they will chase. We can see Shameless should be on the hunt, looking for that second pylon. Is whether there's a probe out on the map. Likewise, so is ForJumy. Shameless throwing down his own second pylon here back at home instead. So ForJumy is faking out a proxy, and so was Shameless. As we're going for a Stargate opener back at home. Okay, a very aggressive build. It's going to be double adept from Shameless with an Oracle alongside it. Meanwhile, we have double adept out of ForJumy without the Oracle, instead looking to expand, I imagine. Ooh, probe in the main base is going to be killed. Probe scout for ForJumy coming in, but is denied. Does not get into the main. Does not get the scout off. As the Adepts, they do move out. And again, because Shameless is going into Oracle production, he should be committing to Adepts. It shouldn't just be 2, but into 4. We could be seeing up to 6, even up to 8 Adepts behind this. Shameless, he is Shameless. No shame, Bobby, no shame. ForJumy coming in does confirm the lack of expansion. Behind this, going for his own Nexus on location. Oh, he does get in! Shameless, a bit of a lapse in control there. A bit of miss micro as he fails to throw down that pylon. Probes are going down. 2 Adepts, they one-shot probes. And so many workers are going down here. We got 4, 5 worker kills. 6, 7, soon to be 8 as well. Oh my god, this is becoming game-winning damage at the same time. Adepts, they do shade into the main of ForJumy. Chaos ensuing both in the main base of ForJumy and Shameless. For both players, and we're losing a comparable amount of workers. Shameless, he loses 9. ForJumy loses 6. The Oracle comes in to clean up. No anti-air, no stalkers. The stalkers, they do come in from the natural. And they do not get a kill on the Oracle. Looking at the unit loss tab here. 10 probes killed apiece. So an even amount of damage. Now what's scary though, Shameless doesn't have an expansion. And ForJumy does. So Shameless, he's in a really awkward position here. He's becoming pretty all in. He is pretty committed. As they're shading towards that main base. They're being focused down. And we are containing Shameless to one base, perpetually stuck here on a one-base economy. Meanwhile, ForJumy now making 2 probes at a time, working towards Twilight Council, towards Blink. He's just getting further ahead, and now we expand! Such a late expansion here for our blue Protoss player. And ForJumy, he's looking pretty. He just secures his lead. Yes, we have killed 10 workers, that is true. We've killed an even amount of workers, but the game is not even by any means. Essentially, Shameless had invested so much more into his aggression. Meanwhile, ForJumy didn't. Yet he achieved the same amount of damage. We do get 4 more workers. To be fair, very nice. But the Depths are still here, still delaying any kind of expansion. We shade into the main. Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be another dead worker. Another 2 dead workers. Oh, almost 3. We get 3 in total. Not like this. Shameless likewise coming in. You do not want to be a probe in this game. If you're a Protoss player, look away, Papi, look away, because how many probes have we lost in total? 30, almost 40 probes. Oh my god. It's gonna be another 9 dead workers, and Shameless, he's clawing his way back into this. ForJumy is down to 14 probes, but ForJumy has an army. He has a ground army. He's got 8 stalkers to his name. Focusing down that Nexus. He has a force field to just force out that army, to just deny its entry into the natural. And this is going to be a kill. It's going to be a kill on the Nexus. There's nothing that Shameless can do. Oracles, they dip in. Nexus goes down. And we have to play 1 base. We have an Immortal at least. But ForJumy has Blink. We'll soon have Blink. Shameless expanding? He's crazy. He's crazy, but he's going for the expansion, going for a natural. Kills another 5 pro. Oh my god, this is crazy. We've lost 29 probes. ForJumy, his economy's in the gutter. His economy is non-existent here. He's down to 18 probes. Shameless, he's in this 100%. Despite the base count, ForJumy has been bleeding out far too much. And just like that, I mean, this game could be in the bag here for Shameless. Immortal production continuing. You see Shameless trying to get an eye on that natural base as well. Gets a revelation off. At the same time, though, Shameless just mustering up his own economy. We are now evening up the worker counts, and the game may stabilize from here. As crazy as that sounds, we may just stabilize at this point. We will have Blink for ForJumy, but at the same time, Shameless is up to 2 Immortals, soon to be 3. He can make up for his lack of Blink with a heavy Immortal count. And the game is, yeah, it's stabilizing. We have a game. We have a PvP. We have lost how many probes? 30. We have lost 45 workers in these past 8 minutes. And the game will stabilize. Oh boy. We're in for a long one. As a building back up, working towards eventually 3rd bases, I imagine. We have a Twilight Council Forge on the way. Shameless working on his upgrades, getting back into Blink, back into +1. Meanwhile, ForJumy doing the same. We have a Forge and a Robo of our own. So we're all just playing catch up. Any kind of advantages and disadvantages that we once had isn't quite there, but Shameless is pushing in. Never mind. He wants to assert himself here and now. Does get across the map. Force fields are thrown down. Shameless taking a better fight. Did take a better fight initially, but those Immortals are so low. One of them at least. Deep in the red. Do we have a prison? We do not. And Shameless, he backs off, he retreats. We're taking a 3rd. Oh, the Immortal. Shields are triggered. Oh. Gets a Stalker. And the Immortal survives. No shot. The Immortal barely does survive on a slither of HP. We're on 6 hit points, and ForJumy, he wants it. He doesn't want to let him get away with these Immortals, but alas, it may just be too late. And Shameless, he gets away with a 3rd. ForJumy now taking his own 3rd base, despite how chaotic this game is. I can't believe that we're getting into a longer game. ForJumy gets punished once again. Gets a sentry, bleeds out Stalkers. And Shameless now has a lead. He's got 47 probes, he's up in workers, he's up in bases. His 3rd base timing is so much faster. He still has his Oracles, I can't believe it. The Oracles are still alive and they're still getting damage done. And the pressure is now on ForJumy. Catching up with the chat. These poor probes, they need union representation. They do. It's disgusting what's being done to them. Glaives are on the way. So Glaives doesn't scale amazingly into the mid game, into the late game, but Glaive Adepts are a good way to buffer for your Immortals to get economic damage done. This is a way to come back, essentially. Glaive Adepts, they are a way to come back in this game. If a couple of Glaive Adepts, if they somehow get into a mineral line, then they can wreak havoc. They can pop off. Boy, will they though? Behind this, we see Shameless working towards charge, working towards a gateway explosion, so he's going for a charge lot. Blink Stalker heavy composition. He is moving out once again, looking to shut down that third. Shield batteries on the way. It's not done yet, but we can see ForJumy, he's been building up his own immortal count. They are full HP, they're healthy. They're at 100%. I can't say the same about Shameless's immortals, and yeah, he's gonna retreat. Gonna back up. Will back off. Blue Station Scout getting into the main base. Confirms the production. Confirms upgrades on the way. Shameless is aware that ForJumy is just getting ready on 3 bases. Prism here for ForJumy. Looks like he wants to hit with Glaives. Meanwhile, Shameless, he's taking a further economic lead, getting his 4th. And that army is insane. It's huge here for Shameless. To be fair, we're still waiting for ForJumy to pop off and go for these big warp-ins. We're waiting for the warp-ins. Waiting to see if ForJumy commits. As he is pushing. Go ForJumy moving out across the map. Oh, big stasis. Oh, not the best start for ForJumy. And, yeah, from here, we're going to chase this down. Shameless, he can take a fight. Collapses on these sentries. The force field is making things very awkward. Shameless has to back off. Does retreat. +2 is done for Shameless. +2 still on the horizon here for ForJumy. Bit of an anti-timing. Moving up before his upgrade. So ForJumy, he's at an upgrade deficit for a little bit longer. We're still seconds away. Gonna be knocking down these rocks. Stasis is triggered. Looking for some good force fields, but we have an Archon. Yeah, overcharge as well. We collapse on the army. ForJumy going for a big warp in behind this, but so is Shameless. The Immortals are going ham. Overcharge topping everything up. Shameless with the defender's advantage. Yeah, with a better concave. He blinks on the army, focuses down the Immortals, gets both of them. One does survive. ForJumy microing his heart out, but it's just too much to overcome. And Shameless, he will take game 1. He shuts down the entire army. GG gets called. And Shameless, he takes a 1-0 lead. GG. GG, well played. This felt in the bag. It felt like it was ForJumy's game, but this game got so chaotic. Yeah, just so... It was a knife fight, essentially. It was disgusting. It was beautiful. It was PvP. It was PvP. So many probes went down for both players, left and right. It was so chaotic, but it was beautiful as well. There was beauty in the chaos. GG, well played. Shameless, he recovers from an awful position and brings it all back. Takes a lead, is 1 game away from advancing on into the lower bracket finals, where Geralt is waiting for him. Again, there are 3 series left in this tournament. 3 PvPs left. This series, then leading into Geralt, and then leading into Christiana in the grand finals. He is patiently waiting here in those finals. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have our green Protoss player representing his new team, Freiburg eSports. It is ForJumy. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing his new team, Twisted Minds, no longer on Team Little Fairies. It is Shameless. He's Shameless, Papi. Oh my god. And Yeah, again, just a wild game one. Led into a more normal game, led into a 3-base economy. But ForJumy, he just sustained too much damage. He was all in. There was no turning back, and he just could not pull it off, could not kill Shameless, despite his best efforts. And even before that, Shameless, he was relentless with his Oracle control. I need to put emphasis, I need to praise him for his Oracle harass. He killed so many probes with just 2 Oracles. It was insane how much damage he dealt, and honestly, they carried him. They carried him in that last game. Without the Oracles, ForJumy, he has a much easier, much stronger early to mid game, and he would have closed it out. Regardless, here we go. Here we go. 2-gate opener for ForJumy, 2-gate opener for Shameless. And have we had enough? I see both probes are out of the map. It looks like we are once again going for fake proxy pylons. Did I say fake? It looks fake from ForJumy. It looks real from Shameless. Oh boy, okay. Pylons have been thrown out. No, my apologies. Okay, they're real. Okay, so this looks like a proxy Stargate for ForJumy. This looks like proxy Robo for Shameless. We'll see if that's the case. Again, this should be a Stargate from our green Protoss at least. Cybercores are finishing up. What do we have? There it is. Stargate for ForJumy, Robo for Shameless. 1 base all in from our blue Protoss player. This is an economic opener for ForJumy. Again, proxy gateway into an expand is typically how this goes, and the gateway is just designed to proxy Oracle and to get some economic damage done. But the scout, the probe comes in. We confirm the proxy at the same time. ForJumy comes in. Bit of a Spider-Man meme, and both players have scouted each other. Both players know what's going on, and the question becomes, can we depower these proxies? If either player loses these pylons, that's going to be game. Oh boy. Stalkers are on the way. Stalkers are amassing. Oh, ForJumy opened up double Stalker. Meanwhile, sorry, he opened up Stalker Adept. Uh-oh. ForJumy, he opened up Stalker Adept, and meanwhile, Shameless, he has a little bit more firepower. Stalkers have arrived, and Shameless, he will come out on top in this fight. He will force back ForJumy, and this Immortal will pop out. Or will it? Uh-oh. We're going for a pylon trade. Here we go. We can see Jumy going for the pylon on the Robo. We can see Shameless going for the pylon on the Stargate, and the Oracle will come out. It's going to be close. It will not. The Stargate is depowered. Likewise, so is the Robo. Both players' openers are disrupted, but ForJumy has the defender's advantage. His reinforcements are that much faster. He throws down another pylon. Shameless does. He comes in with the Stalkers as well. And he will get this back up and running. Meanwhile, Jumy's coming in once again with another probe. He wants to repower that Stargate. We saw how much damage these Oracles could do. Another Stalker goes down. Immortal has arrived. Pylon is going to be on the way. Will Shameless recheck? Or will he commit? He's not checking. He doesn't recheck. Back at home, what do we have? We have shield batteries on the way. We have one already done. We have another in production. We're setting up to defend on the high ground in the main base. This Oracle is going to wreak havoc. We already have a shield battery. No shot. Shameless, he's ready. He's ready for the Oracle. He's ready for the harass. Meanwhile, Shameless, he's waiting for his sentries. Potentially for high ground vision, or, I mean, for force fields, really. 1 base versus 1 base. ForJumy, he has a defensive Robo. He has a gateway on the way. Oracle does pop out. He's going for a second Oracle. Let's go. He's waiting for a second Oracle. He can one-shot probes. Shameless, he's on a timer. We have to go here and now. There we go. He dives on the army. Throws down the force fields. Immortal's on the way for ForJumy, but it might be too late. It might be too little too late. Good juggling here from Shameless. Saving those units. Reinforcing on the front lines. He's breaking through. Shield batteries are out of energy. Boys are being pulled. They have to be. And the gateways, they're going to be depowered. Big pick up there by Shameless. Second Immortal arrives. Is Immortal taking a lot of damage at the same time? The Oracles are getting across the map, but we have defensive Stalkers. No shot. We have Stalkers back at home. Shameless, he defends. And across the map, he's breaking through. We do have 1 Immortal to defend here for ForJumy. But where's the production? He has 1 gateway. Across the map, good target firing out of Jimmy, but he loses the Oracle. Gets 11 probe kills, but with the death of that Oracle, that means he can no longer touch the economy. And Shameless, he's snowballing out of control. He stutter steps into the main base, gets up the ramp. And ForJumy, he's down to 2 units, down to 1 immortal. The force fields are too good. The probes, they cannot engage. GG, and Shameless will take the series 2-0. And he's looking for a rematch against Geralt in the lower bracket finals. GG. GG, well played. My condolences to ForJumy. He fought hard. He had a deep run in this tournament. He does walk away with some money. You know, top 8 do walk away with some prize money here, so it was not all for nothing. But regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Shameless as he pops off once again. Not the first time we've seen Shameless bring down some big names. And he wants that rematch. He's coming in swinging here for a rematch against Geralt. Let's go.